I was good, y'all. So after the great response from the last Juice video, I'm back here with another one. This time I'm here to talk to you guys about the moral dilemma, or whatever I call it in the title, surrounding them. And so now you're probably wondering, what is that dilemma? What is that problem that you're talking about? It ain't really like a one-word response, so let me just explain it to you. So as many of y'all may know, Juice has probably suffered from some of the worst leaking in the music industry. You know, as of the day I'm recording this, Juice has about like 800 leaks, according to the mega file that like has all his leaks compiled by fans. This, however, includes like a bunch of alternative versions of songs. Like this song might have like 3 more ad-libs than the next jump, so I think it's probably more fair to say about 700. And I'm not gonna hold you, 700 leaks is still crazy. But with that said though, this is kind of where the controversy or the dilemma, whatever, comes from. Because, you know, leaks are like a moral issue, an ethical issue sometimes. You know, some people just see it as simply wrong to obtain these leaks, buy them and sell them and listen to them. And before I get into anything else, I feel like it's important to say that Juice has said how he felt about leaks.
We gonna leak this, we gonna leak that, we gonna hack your shit. For what? What is wrong with y'all? Not y'all, but for what though? Like, why are you hacking me? Like, what the fuck? Shit hella weird. Niggas is weird.
And so now that poses the question, is it okay or is it not okay to listen to leaks, especially after Juice's passing? Are we as fans directly going against what Juice would have wanted, especially when we say that's what the label does, which is how we often justify the leaks? But let's look at the arguments for both sides. You dig? Alright, so these gonna be like ideas that I've seen a lot, or just I feel that are important to the discussion. And make sure to leave comments down below to, join in on the discussion and further it, because I really want to know what y'all think. Alright, with that said, we start with the yes leaks are okay side. Alright, so this first point is one I've seen a lot, and it's pertaining to the label. So basically, Juice fans just don't feel like the label has dropped enough hype music, or just music that is different from the sad stuff that we all know is available. They also feel like the label just isn't consistent with the music drops and isn't reliable, right? They say one thing and then don't follow through on their word, or they just don't communicate enough with the community, especially with how inconsistent the drops are. It's kind of important for that. So almost out of spite, people listen to leaks because the label isn't filling that void or whatever. And I feel like that point is pretty solid. There isn't really much debunking it. You look at the history and you'll see that, it's true. The label taking 2 years to bring an album that they've promised, or just looking at the last albums they dropped, you can see what songs are on there. But just because it's true doesn't mean that it automatically means that you need to listen to leaks or that is okay. It's up to your judgment to determine if this point, along with the others I present, seems like a good argument altogether, as well as anything you see in the comments from other people, or if you have anything to add, you can do that as well. Now on to the next point. Alright, so this next one I don't see too often, but I feel like it's an important one to add, and it basically goes that one person, say me or you, not listening to leaks or listening to leaks isn't going to change anything. And I feel like it makes sense, right? But when you start thinking about it a bit more, it kind of falls flat. Like, it's not just going to be one person having this mindset. It's going to be hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people having this mindset. And now you're really starting to make, this change, this difference, because that amount of people can encourage or discourage, leaks, right? If suddenly that many people just stop listening, that's going to change a lot. But that's likely not going to happen, and so maybe the point still stands, right? Once again, it's up to your judgment. Alright, so this final third point is another common one that I see, and is that most leaks will never come out, and that's just true, especially now that we know that the last album is coming out soon. And that last album is only going to have so many songs, and there's going to be thousands more that have yet to release, right? And I feel like this point's pretty strong as well. Like, if most of these songs aren't going to drop anyway, why would I just sit here and not listen to them? They're readily available, right? And I can't really think of something off the top just to kind of argue back against that. But now we're on to the no side, and so now we can see if we can make a better picture of the situation, and you can reach a conclusion on where you stand. Alright, so I'm going to try to fly through these ones because I feel like I was a bit long-winded before. But the first argument for the no side is the one that I've seen the most by far, and it's that I'd rather wait for the music to drop and I don't want to spoil my excitement. So this one is more of a personal preference thing, and I totally understand it though. I've got that feeling of when a song drops versus when I've listened to the leak and then it drops. You know what I'm saying? It's just a completely different thing. Alright, so this next one is that Juice would want people around him, the producers, his family, etc., to make money off his music and not the hackers. This one I feel makes complete sense. And you know, it really brings into question like, what are we doing? We're kind of taking money away from the people Juice would want having the money, right? Even if we don't agree with it personally, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? You know? But that's kind of where this kind of problem comes from. So we really got to think about it. I feel like it's very important to include that point. And with this final point, we come full circle. This point is just simply to respect the artist, which makes a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Like we discussed earlier, Juice has a bit of distaste for leaks. You know what I'm saying? He's expressed it openly, you know, on lives, interviews, what have it. And at a certain point, you just gotta kind of realize, like, maybe that's what we ought to do. Right? This is tied into several points from previously, but just to spell it out like this, I feel like it's very important as well. Alright, with that all said, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I really want to get this conversation going. I really want to see what people think about the whole situation or whatever. I personally listen to leaks, but maybe I should change my mind or change what I do. If you believe that, let me know. Or if you don't want to persuade anyone, but you just want to give your reason, that's fine as well. You don't have to try to persuade anything. You know, I just want to get more points of view on the situation or the matter. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Anything else you want to add, add in the comments. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more, make sure to subscribe. That's all for now. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.
And my casket, and some perky, and my ratchet, we can have it. I'm a savage. Niggas let her leak my music. Oh, well.